In this lesson, we'll learn how to develop and select a shot matching strategy. To get started, let's press Shift-1 to bring up the Project Manager. Right-click in an empty area and choose Restore Project Archive. Navigate to the location of the media and select the Color Continuity Archive and click Open.
I've already opened this, so I'll cancel it here.
And then double-click to open it. If the multicam clip is offline, go to the Media Pool,
Locate the master bin,
right-click it, and select Relink Clips for selected bin. Navigate to the colorcontinuity.dra folder, that's the archive, select it,
and click Open.
You may get a warning that the 4 clips can't be found. Click Close. You'll then get a dialog asking if you'd like to search for the items. Click Search. It should locate the media and it should appear in the bin. If your timeline clips still appear to be offline, right-click on any one of them and choose Update All Thumbnails. Finally, if the viewer still appears offline, simply move the playhead and it should update. And now you're ready to go. This is a sample documentary about a bluegrass musician that includes a multi-camera performance, an interview, and some B-roll of his ranch. So far in our exploration of color correction workflow in DaVinci Resolve, we've worked with balancing shots for proper dynamic range, contrast, and color balancing. We now turn our attention to the last step in this initial balancing process, shot matching. We match shots in order to create continuity, to make shots look as if they were made at the same location, at the same time of day, even when that's not the case, especially when that's not the case. Narrative films are often shot out of sequence. Pickups are shot days or weeks or months later when the sun is at different points in the sky, or there's more or less haze or different interior lighting. Different cameras shooting the same scene can yield shockingly different results. Even documentaries need color matching to create a smooth, consistent storyline. Matching shots ensures that your viewers stay emotionally connected to the story rather than being distracted by sudden, unexpected shifts in brightness, contrast, or color. Your goal in shot matching is to create the illusion of continuous time and space. To do so, you'll need to analyze the shots in your timeline and identify color and contrast discontinuity that pulls you out of the story, and then address it. Although you may perform some shot matching in your first balancing pass, it is a separate operation, and shot matching corrections should be applied to a separate node from your initial balancing corrections, ideally as a separate pass after balancing is complete. How you tackle shot matching depends heavily on the nature of the footage, but there are 3 basic approaches. The key is to analyze your footage in the context of the sequence of shots to determine the best approach before you do any shot matching so that you have a specific strategy to your work. One approach is to simply balance every single shot in a sequence to match each other. This is the most time-consuming method, but it may be required when working with material from many different sources, such as when working on a documentary. In this graphic, the top series of clips have not been corrected. They're all different, and they've all been balanced individually to create a consistent look. If most of your shots are similar in luminance and color balance, you can just focus on the few shots that don't match the majority and match them to the rest of the clips. So here in the top, most of our shots, the green ones, already have good color balance and match each other well. There's just a few shots that stick out, so we just need to correct those to get a consistent timeline. The third method is to identify a master reference shot and match the others to this shot. You have a couple of options for how to choose this master shot. You could choose a shot that would require the least manipulation of the other shots so that it's easy to match them all together before developing a specific look. Or you could select a master shot that is closest to your intended final look and adjust all other clips to match this master. At that point, you would have less work to do for the final grading pass. So in this graphic, we've identified a particular clip, the green clip in the top row, that we want to match all the other shots to. It could be because this shot is already very close to all the other clips, so there's not much work to do to match the other clips to it, but then we need to correct all of them to apply our look. Or it could be that this clip best represents the final look of our program, and we may need to do more work to match all of these clips to it, but once that's done, creating our final look won't be that difficult. When choosing a master shot to match from, try to pick a wide shot if possible. since it will contain all the elements included in the other shots and therefore have the broadest representation of brightness and color values to work with. So for example, with this project, we have a musical performance shot with 4 different cameras that need to be matched to each other. In this case, we might select the wide shot as the master reference shot, and after all the shots have had an initial balance pass, match the other cameras to it. We'll begin this process in the next lesson.